Today, we're exploring a fascinating concept that is fundamental to your personal experience: qualia. I will also share a unique perspective that I believe offers significant insight into understanding qualia. You'll gain a clearer understanding of this intriguing aspect of consciousness. While the term qualia might be new to you, you encounter it constantly in your daily life. Have you ever paused to appreciate the richness of your own subjective experience? I'm not referring to your knowledge or abilities, but rather the feeling of being you. Consider the experience of seeing a vibrant red sunset, tasting the distinct sharpness of lemon, feeling the sun's warmth on your skin, or sensing the deep ache of loss. These direct, subjective feelings, the core of conscious experience, are what philosophers and cognitive scientists call qualia. These are not merely descriptions of the world or simple brain signals. They are the immediate personal sensations of those experiences. It's the what it's like aspect that is qualia. We all have these subjective sensations, these unique dimensions of consciousness. But this is where the topic becomes particularly interesting and complex. We can describe the physical processes involved when you see the color red: light waves reaching your retina, signals activating neurons in your brain. We can even map these neural pathways. However, can we fully explain why that specific pattern of brain activity generates the subjective feeling of redness? This leads us to one of the most profound and enduring questions in consciousness studies: the question of qualia. How do these private, internal, and seemingly indescribable experiences emerge from the physical substance of our brains? How does physical matter produce subjective feeling? This question has challenged philosophers, neuroscientists, and cognitive scientists for many years. It pushes us to reconsider our basic understanding of reality and consciousness itself. While we can describe the content of our sensory experiences, the link, the connection between brain processes and our inner, subjective world, remains a significant and captivating mystery. Now, let me share my perspective on qualia. Here's where I think conventional scientific approaches may face limitations. For decades, scientists have investigated the nature of qualia and tackled the hard problem of consciousness: how objective physical processes create subjective experiences. While significant progress has been made in fields like neuroscience and physics, fully explaining qualia through these frameworks alone might prove challenging. This is because subjective experience, that state of awareness, feeling, or perception unique to an individual and not directly observable by others, may not operate entirely according to known physical principles. It might possess its own fundamental characteristics distinct from current physical laws. Our existing understanding of physics might be insufficient to fully account for the feeling aspect of qualia, much like searching for something where its fundamental nature doesn't allow it to be found. Here is my hypothesis. The subjective experiences we identify as qualia are fundamentally derived from the residual impact of significant past emotions shaping our future perceptions and feelings. These underlying feelings originate from both negative and positive experiences. In this model, negative experiences form a crucial foundation for our subjective reality. Consider negative experiences as a kind of underlying structure upon which qualia are built. Without the profound impact of these significant negative emotional events, the specific texture of qualia, the feeling of what it's like to be you, might not arise. Let's consider how qualia might form according to this view. It stems from impactful negative moments, as these experiences often leave a lasting impression. When we encounter such moments, we tend to process them in one of three ways. 1. Absorption. This involves processing the experience, perhaps through forgiveness, understanding, or acceptance, eventually integrating it and moving past its immediate emotional charge. Rejection. This involves refusing to accept or reconcile with the negative experience, actively resisting its integration. 3. Neutral. This occurs when the experience is neither fully processed and absorbed nor actively rejected. The individual may not be able to forget it, but it remains unaddressed, stored within memory, carrying a residual emotional energy. Though the event is in the past, its impact can remain present in our minds as this stored negative energy or unresolved emotional memory. This stored energy, like energy in a physical system following conservation principles, persists unless actively transformed or exchanged. According to this perspective, a significant accumulation of these negative experiences held in a neutral state constitutes the foundation of what we feel as qualia. Subsequently, if a similar event occurs, it can trigger a cascade of related memories and their associated feelings from this stored reservoir. You may re-experience echoes of those past feelings. This could explain why individuals sometimes find it difficult to pinpoint the exact nature of the feeling they are experiencing when they sense qualia. It's often a complex blend of multiple, interconnected past emotional echoes linked to personal negative moments. In conclusion, from this viewpoint, qualia can be understood as the felt sense derived from significant negative moments retained within us in an unresolved, neutral state. Because it often involves echoes of multiple past moments rather than just one, tracing its specific origin can be challenging, as it's deeply tied to your unique history of impactful negative experiences. Thanks for watching.